How can you be sure you're being compliant on your path to creating great content? This is the final video in our 4-part series on how to grow your practice with content in 2025. Hi, I'm Gregory Bish. I'm a content strategist at Credentialed Media Communications. In the first 3 videos, we explored the basics of content marketing, how to make sure your content connects with your audiences, and how to integrate social media into your strategy. In this video, we'll talk about how to make sure your content is compliant. We'll cover who regulates your content, best practices for creating content that's compliant, and common expectations of dealers, agencies, and firms. First, it's important for you to know that this video is for informational purposes only and doesn't constitute regulatory or legal advice. Always check your content with a compliance professional before publishing. Okay, let's get started. Who regulates your content? Advisors in Canada are regulated by different bodies depending on your license, including the Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization, the Canadian Securities Administrators, and provincial insurance regulators. When it comes to content marketing, regulators care that your content is truthful, balanced, and clear, and that you avoid hype, misleading claims, and unsupported guarantees. Best practices for creating compliant content. Here are 5 best practices to help you keep your content compliant. First, be fair and balanced. When you talk about a strategy, product, or service, mention both the benefits and any potential downsides. Here's an example in action. Permanent life insurance can offer long-term protection and build cash value, but it usually costs more than term insurance. Number 2 is avoid misleading claims. Don't promise guaranteed returns or overstate the potential benefits of a strategy, product, or service, especially when it comes to investment or insurance performance. Words like may, can, or help can go a long way. For example, instead of saying investing in equities will grow your nest egg over the long term, try investing in equities may help grow your nest egg over time. And number 3 is don't give personalized advice in public content. Stick to general information. It's okay to explain concepts and share tips, but don't tell people exactly what they should do. Without knowing their full situation, that could cross the line into advice. And number 4 is include clear disclaimers and disclosures. Make sure to include a brief disclaimer stating that your content is for general information only and not intended as personal advice. Also, make sure to include your full name, license, or registration type, and your firm's name somewhere in the content or description. And number 5 is get approval and keep records. If you're affiliated with a dealer, agency, or firm with compliance oversight, you likely need to get your content reviewed before it's published. Always follow your firm's approval process and keep a record of what you publish and the day it went live. Even if you're self-employed, it's good practice to document your content and ensure it aligns with regulatory expectations. Common expectations of dealers, agencies, and firms. Along with regulators, your dealer, agency, or firm likely has its own rules. These usually include brand and tone alignment, sticking to pre-approved visuals, wording, and templates, approved platforms, only posting on certain platforms or accounts that your firm monitors, and rules for testimonials. Many firms will have strict guidelines around testimonials. And there you have it. By creating content responsibly, by making sure you're compliant with regulations, you're protecting your reputation, your license, and your clients. That is the end of our series on how to grow your practice with content in 2025. If you missed our previous videos, make sure you go back and check them out. It's been my pleasure to bring you this series for Advisor.ca. Remember, content marketing is about building your brand and your reputation so your ideal clients will think of you when they need advice. Thanks for watching and take care.